Have you ever noticed how much time we try spending to be understood, explaining ourselves, clarifying our intentions, choosing our words carefully, adjusting what we were about to say, softening our opinions, smoothing the rough edges so our words land more gently? I know I have. For years, I thought if I could only explain myself a bit better, people would understand. If I found the right words, the right tone, the right timing, then surely everyone would see what I meant. But life has taught me something very different. Not everyone will understand you. And perhaps that's perfectly okay. Because the truth is, every person sees the world through the lens of their own experiences, their upbringing, their fears, their beliefs, their values. And no matter how clearly you explain yourself, some people will still see things differently. I used to find that so frustrating. I would replay conversations in my mind, wonder if I should have said something differently, question whether I explained myself well enough. But over time, something shifted. My opinions changed, my priorities changed, and perhaps most importantly, my relationships with peace also changed. I realized I was spending far too much energy trying to manage other people's perceptions of me, trying trying to convince, trying to justify, trying to be understood. And somewhere along the way, I asked myself a simple question: what if I stopped? What if I allowed people to misunderstand me? Not because I was being dismissive, not because I didn't care, but because I finally understood that agreement and understanding are not the same thing. Someone can hear your explanation perfectly and still not agree. Someone can know your heart and still choose a different perspective. And that is their right, just as it is yours to have your own. There is a strange freedom that comes with accepting this. You stop feeling responsible for changing everyone's mind. You stop needing conversation from every conversation. You stop exhausting yourself trying to gain approval. And instead, you begin protecting something far, far more valuable, which is your peace. These days, I'm much more comfortable hearing the word no, much more comfortable with disagreement, much more comfortable with people having opinions that differ from me. Not because I've become indifferent, but because I've become more accepting of who they are, of myself, of others. I'm also aware of the fact that we are shaped by different journeys, and not everyone will understand your choices. Not everyone will understand your boundaries. Not everyone will understand your growth. And perhaps they don't need to, because maturity is not about getting everyone to agree with you. Sometimes maturity is simply being at peace with being misunderstood. There is this freedom in no longer explaining yourself endlessly, freedom in allowing other people their opinions, freedom to say no when you need to, freedom in protecting your peace without any apology. And perhaps one of the greatest gifts of getting older is this: you can respect other people's perspectives without abandoning your own. You can be kind without constantly explaining yourself. You can live a peaceful life without needing everyone to understand it.